super excited. All right, I've got Page of Pentacles, which is the opportunity to increase income, financial proposal, new challenge, someone you can count on, negotiations, goal setting, solid beginnings, open-minded. I like this card. This is a good card. Yay! And I will elaborate more on the Page of Pentacles, which I don't know about you, I can increase income is yay. I mean, I'm doing well, but you know, any more is helpful because I just went to the mall yesterday and my daughter got like some pretzel bites and she's like, Mom, this is like $8. I'm like, okay, are you enjoying them? She's like, yeah. I was like, totally worth it. Because I honestly feel like where you spend your money, it's like an investment. You know, what are you investing that time, that energy in? And I mean, she was really hungry, so I was like, I think you should get a snack. Because when my family and we don't eat, we get cranky. And then she got a really cool nose ring. Like she got a couple packages of those. I went to get some things. I wanted to get spikes for my hiking shoes, but they didn't have my size, and then I needed some poles for hiking in the winter, just in case there's ice or snow, and they didn't have ones I liked, so I just sized them, so now I can go online and just get them there. All right, so going on with the Page of Pentacles. The meaning is talent shines and money news. Yay! So if you are listening to this right now, you're totally getting what you need, and you are hardworking and methodical, reliable and dedicated. This page is practical and trustworthy. As a page, they are a younger person or someone with a youthful vigor. They may be starting out in the world or in a new line of business. They may not have money now, but they have the potential to achieve great things, so believe in him or her and their plans, and they will not give up. This card can also show a young person's achievement and reward for his or her efforts in sport or education. If it's the you card, like this is like for you. And I'm feeling for me, it's definitely like a me card, but I have somebody else in mind that I'm thinking this is why I'm getting this card. This page reveals progress and adventure as well as auspicious beginnings. This is a time to nurture your skills and abilities. There will be good news concerning finances, business, education, and travel. The Page of Pentacles also highlights the need for management. There may be an opportunity to manage people and projects at work. This page often appears to show a job offer or an offer made on a property. This card does come with an element of caution. There is a real need for attention to detail now and diligence in all practical affairs, so double check all arrangements and agreements. Also, check your personal schedule to ensure everything your plan is realistic. This page can also be assigned to attend to finances. Page of Pentacles comes up in readings to nudge us to do our taxes and renew outstanding insurance policies, which I actually have to see if I need to get my renter's insurance. And honestly, I pulled this card before, and this was really helpful because in some agreement that I was working on in my divorce, like I had to clarify a couple things, and I got this card, and it made me really diligent about going over everything, and it was super helpful. So if you're receiving this message, it's for a reason, and I want you to attend to whatever financial matters. Like if you have a budget like me, I need to make a little bit more details on my budget because I have a lot of expenses and I'm newly divorced, and my husband was a finance major at the college we attended, so he kind of took that, and I am learning everything, and I am learning that I need to budget more. And I'm really good at it once I get going. I'm super good at it because I know I've done it before. I lived on my own, and I lived in Queens, and I had a very expensive apartment then. And I was going for my master's at Hofstra University, and I had rent, and I was driving back and forth like a 45-minute commute, and I still managed to save like $10,000. So I'm not like, this is not to get any anxiety over, it's just to be mindful of it. And once you're mindful of something and you're aware of something, you can make good choices. Like when I went to the mall yesterday, I didn't buy anything I didn't need. The things that I wanted weren't available. I didn't buy anything I didn't like. So basically, if you don't love it, leave it. So that's what's coming through. So if anybody, whoever needs this message, do not purchase anything you don't absolutely love, because you don't need it. And be like, you know, where can you focus on different income streams so that you can make the most of them and figure out exactly what's coming in, what's coming out, and then saving it. And I don't know, saving is really coming through, and our country is going through so much right now that I think all of us saving a little bit more would be super wise. And creating, be a creator, create your own income streams, because just putting money out there for things you might not need is not wise right now. Definitely balance and make sure that everything kind of flows in and flows out, and you save some from a rainy day. And then if you're working on any projects, like if you're like involved in a project right now, just keep working on it, because I mean the forecast is so super good. And like I'm really excited because I have a couple projects in the works, and the fact that I am getting this card today makes me feel really, really happy. So I'm just grateful. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I always kind of like, I read this really good book called The Magic by Rhonda Burns, and she also wrote The Secret. And she has these like thank you rituals, and she's like, sprinkle a little fairy dust on things when you say thank you, and say thank you 3 times. I don't know, it works, and it makes me feel happy. So I just share my practices because I think the world needs more happiness and joy. So that's why I made a Joy of Vitality channel. All right, let's do one more. So this is the chakra deck. Last time I had isolation and enlightenment, which really kind of actually do go together, but you have to be careful, because I have a tendency to like completely isolate myself when I'm overwhelmed. That's not good. So now I made a list, and I put it on my refrigerator, and I have another list on a sticky note in my bathroom. And when I need support, I can reach out, and also have tangible things like hang out with my dog, go for a walk, practice yoga, you know, whatever brings you joy. You want to write that down so that if you ever do go into like overwhelm mode and you can't really see out of it, you have some tangible suggestions that you've written down when you're whole and complete. I can't believe how much the incense is just going right to my phone. That's really funny. Okay, here, we shuffled, we cut. I hope everybody's having a good day. It's the week of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's on Thursday, so it's a great week to focus on what you're thankful for. I'm thankful for my intuitive abilities. I love them. They make me so happy. I've been spending a lot of time on my own, so this is something that has brought me a great deal of joy. Let's cleanse these. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, trickery. Let's see what else we got. Impatience. Isolation. Oof. Okay. Ooh, and okay, so sometimes what I'll do at the bottom, I will pull like, what does this have to, like, what's the reason behind this pull? So I got perfection. And I know perfection is saying things that we may not mean. And just give me a second, because sometimes I just need a moment to kind of process and figure out exactly. All right, so sometimes around this time of year, our minds can kind of play tricks on us, maybe feel like we're not worthy, maybe we're being around family members that have given us a really hard time, and it's tough to be around them. I don't know if anybody can relate. And then with impatience, sometimes when we're dealing with challenging people, be it family members, be it people that we're working with, we can become impatient with our own growth. We can become impatient with ourselves. And it can lead to us isolating ourselves because we may not feel as worthy. And a lot of times, feeling like we're not perfect, like we're not good enough to participate in joyful activities. And then even if we go to different gatherings, like there's always people that are available. You know what I mean? Like we might have like one or two difficult family members, but you know, at least in my family, I've been blessed that there might be one or two, but like in general, I always look for the cool people. And this is coming back to like my energy. Like I survey the energy of the room and how does the energy feel. And so what you need to do is you have to get close to people that are filled with light. And like that's a thing, and I've noticed this. If you watch Stranger Things, and even in like one of the first scenes where Will is like, what the heck is that sound? What is coming after me? And you know, he's getting the gun ready, and he kind of disappears, but they give a picture of the light. And it's that light. And if you also notice, when 11, they're chasing after 11 later in season 1, it's power and light on all of the vans. And that darkness, and it's kind of funny that they're driving it and the kids are kind of full of the light. But that power and light, it's so big. So you really need to find people that, and it's easy, like it's so easy to become light. I found. Because it's laughter, it's joy, it's your favorite things, it's being around people that light you up inside. It's knowing your worth simply because you are a child of the universe. Nobody tells you your worth at all here. At all. Like, everybody's a human being, and honestly, most people are humans because I really feel a lot of us have lost that being part, you know, if you ever saw the movie, I watch a lot of movies, and I get a lot of, like, intuitive hits in movies, but there's this one movie, and my dad really liked it when we were kids. It's like a Muppet movie, The Dark Crystal, and, like, there's two different types of Muppets. Like, I can't even remember their names, but there's one that, like, basically they like to do yoga, so it's very much more being. And then there's the other ones that are, like, much more ego and much more like, what do I have? I have money, I have this, I have that. Okay. So what we want to do is we don't want to be one over too much on either side, because, like, really to function well in our life, like, we have to mesh them. And that's where the human being has come in. You know, like, that's there you go with the rainbow connection. That's the rainbow connection right there. It's a balance of human and it's a balance of being. And when you put those together, bam, that's a whole human being. Now, our world, especially right now, is so full of, like, the ego that there's not a lot of room for people with, there's not a lot of room for being. So you really want to look for people that are more balanced between human and being, because they'll be more full of light, because they have that light, because they're able to sit in their being, they're able to connect with the universe, because we're all connected to the universe, whether we like it or not, and we're all connected to one another. There is a collective consciousness. It's just, right now, I really feel that there's this pull between, like, ego and the light, like, and that being. And right now we're trying to even it out. And it's not about being perfect. It's not. Like, you don't have to be just all full of light and perfect and happy and kind all the time, because that's just, you're just building resentment, because a lot of times that's, like, super fake. You know, like, oh, everything's fine, no, it's not. Like, it's, like, strained in your voice, you know, like. So you don't have to be perfect. It's okay to speak up, especially if you're a woman. And I had this really hard time with this for years and years and years. Like, I had a family member being, like, super mean to me, until the point, and I'm not really good at speaking up, so, like, I kind of overdid it. And I've learned over the years to, like, balance it, and, like, I've done a lot of DBT work with one of my daughters. So that's helped me a great deal, like, better communicate. So please, when you are celebrating Thanksgiving, don't let your mind play tricks on you, so that you become impatient with yourself, that you're not perfect, because you're never, like, just throw perfection out, you know. And perfection comes out in different ways, and we have to be careful, because I know that I was raised in a family, and sometimes highly religious families, it's like, you know, if you're not perfect, like, you lose favor with God. No. God knows we're imperfect, or universe, or whatever word is good for you, like life. I love the word life, because life is so, it's a blend of masculine, feminine, it's just life, and it's the life force, you know. That life force loves you just because you are. And we all sometimes carry some shame, and for those of you that have healed your shame, I'm really proud of you, because I'm still healing shame. Like, I still feel shame over my divorce, and I shouldn't. Like, I know intellectually I shouldn't, but it's here, you know. And sometimes, so when we are not taking care of ourselves, and when we're feeling bad, and we're believing, you know, some of the things that people are telling us or sharing, or when we get together with family, maybe our lives aren't going as well, and, you know, we get impatient with our journey because we start to compare, and comparison is an act of violence against the self. You were born for your lane. Stay in your lane, and it's all good. Isolation comes in when, like, we believe the stories that our heads make up. We become impatient with ourselves, that we're not doing more or better or have more things. I don't know anybody that needs anything else. Like, we all have enough. And if, like, share your excess, because there's literally people that don't have enough, like, don't have enough food, don't have enough money, you know, like, give to charities. It all comes back to you. I mean, it so comes back. I've learned that. And honestly, you know who's a really good example of it is Macy's, because they filed for bankruptcy, and I don't know what year, but they have, like, done this huge giving program, and they've come back. And that's in it in action, you know. And then isolations, you might want to guard against this isolation, even by being a friend to yourself and giving you what you need, so that you can then in turn share it with others. Because sometimes we think, oh, well, if I give to everywhere else, but I don't give to myself, like, no, you can't do that. Like, you have to make sure, like, you pay your rent, you can eat, and then you give more money, you know, then you give the away, because you can't, you know, you need stability. And I'm talking about this from experience too. So, and I'm looking at these cards, and I can tell, I can tell what this means for me, and I'll share this with you, because maybe it'll help somebody else. I know my mind has been playing tricks on me. I am healing from complex post-traumatic stress disorder. The holidays are very hard. The Thanksgiving holiday this year has been very, very difficult, because I've been going back in memories. I've done a lot of flash EMDR this past year, and, like, once I do it, like, I clear it, and I can see it clearly, and I can see certain patterns and maybe why things had to happen the way they did. But sometimes, like, you take it on and it's like your fault, or people are trying to blame you for your choices, and you know that you made the best choices that you possibly could have. And sometimes things go sideways, and then you have to just deal with the sideways, you know, and you deal with it in the best way possible. I know I've been impatient on my journey. Like, I've been wanting to get my fitness stuff completely up and running earlier than now. I just haven't been able to, because I've had a lot of medical things come up. I had a hard time with my stomach, which has been healed. I had a very difficult time with migraines, where I took off from the YMCA this summer just to heal that and rest. And I'm so grateful for the Y allowing me to do that. And then then I took a pole dancing class, and I thought, oh yeah, I can take the intermediate class, because I had taken a beginner class during COVID, and I ended up pulling all the muscles in my shoulder, like every one. So that set me back too. And I have a very challenging time with perfection. Like, I'm a recovering perfectionist, and I will isolate myself, and I have been isolating myself lately. And my sister even said, like, maybe you should, you know, not do that. And she's right. So I'm just looking at these cards and I'm thinking, I'm grateful I pulled these, and I hope that these helped you too, especially, during the holiday season that has arrived. And I wish you all the best. And I think, somebody said in one of our support groups, one of the support groups I go to, they're like, everybody thinks they're gonna have a Hallmark holiday. Like, do not have that expectation. Like, just honestly, just take any expectations and be like, no. And I actually saw a sign. Somebody was wearing a jacket and it said, emotional regulation before expectation. And I'm even willing to say emotional regulation without expectation. Because that's when we're happiest. The holidays will be what they're going to be. You cannot go back and fix holiday past. The only thing you can do is just be present and make the best decisions for your holiday now, And I'm like talking to myself as I'm talking to you. All right, that was like a really cool card pull today. I'm really grateful you tuned in. I hope this helped. And if it's not Thanksgiving, maybe it'll be another holiday, or maybe you're just going through some transition and you have to get together, with friends or family. That can be challenging, and that's all of us. We all have very similar experiences. And as I said, and this is what I do, I stay close to people that are the light. The ones that smile a lot, the ones that laugh a lot, the ones that, have jokes to share and stories, and just make the whole event more fun. All right. I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for tuning in to the joy of a tarot and chakra pull. I am available for private sessions, so please inquire. Either leave a comment below, or you can reach out to me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page now called Soulful Endeavors, in addition to musical endeavors and in addition to fitness endeavors. All right, I hope you have a great day. Mwah! Sending you so much love and positivity. Mwah! And gratitude. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful, wonderful day and week.